Hey everyone, it's Kevin again with the Sampleist, back to talk to you about Softstruck, the new library in Sonora Cinematic Select Series that features 3 different guitars sampled while being played with a felt pick for one of the most unique sounding guitar libraries out there. Composers in need of some fresh sounding shorts for underscore cues, trailers, and gains will definitely love it, as much as songwriters and producers who might go to Softstruck for an ongoing source of inspiration. The timbre of the library is a pleasant middle ground between traditionally sounded electric guitar libraries and those with a more muted character. The result is something all on its own that you'll definitely want to check out. Softstruck is a 2.4 gigabyte download that you can get directly from Sonora Cinematic's website for $40, or at a discount if you have another instrument in their select series like the Legato or Nocturne electric piano libraries. You can run Softstruck in the full version of Kontakt 8. This video will get a closer look at Softstruck and the simplified interface that's the hallmark of Sonora Cinematic's Select series. I want to thank Sonora Cinematic for sending over a copy of Softstruck so we could make this video and tell you all about the library. While we receive these libraries for free, that doesn't in any way cloud our thoughts, opinions, or judgments. We're just working composers trying to support the software developers that enable us to make the music that we love to make. So without any more hesitation, let's dive into Softstruck from Sonora Cinematic. Softstruck contains 3 guitars that were sampled with a felt pick. The first one is listed as a butterscotch and is a Nashville-style Telecaster. We can play around with the sound in the interface, which will be familiar to composers or producers who've worked with the Sonora Cinematic Legato or Nocturne electric piano libraries. These are the other products in their Select series, and these are also great Kontakt instruments with a simple interface to help avoid distraction and get you interacting with the instrument quickly and organically. Let's load another few presets of the butterscotch guitar, and then we'll explore the interface a little bit more. The interface offers a few different options for customizing these presets to taste. Let's load the single cut. This is making use of a Les Paul style guitar's bridge pickup. Let's try the single cut gentle delays. We have a double track option here that's going to use different round robins and increase the stereo width. Now we have two different amps that we can blend. You can use one or the other. Amp 2 is a little snappier, maybe get a little bit more grit on it. And then we have also got two pedal board signals here. So there are 4 individual signal paths that you can use to blend with 3 individual guitars, and a variety of other ways that you can manipulate these. You've got your white reverb here. Let's bring back one of the amps. We're going to remove the bus effects for now. Now, none of the atmosphere processing is on, but we're going to engage that now. And that pink atmosphere has a little bit more of a granular tail. The blue, excuse me, is very cinematic. There's a pretty big tail on that, but if I want to embolden the reverb too. So that's a pretty serious tail. There's no extra delay or anything on that. But if we want to process things further, there is this bus processing. So let's check. This opened with 1969, but let's check out Ensemble and dial back these effects to a little bit more manageable. I do have double track engaged right here. Let's see. Gentle move. One really cool thing about these different guitars is the patches are similarly named, so you can A-B them if you like. Let's check out a single cut granular board. And now we'll pull up flat wounds and see what that sounds like here. The flat wounds is a semi-hollow guitar with a P90 pickup that also had been strung with flat wound strings. The P90s are single coil pickups with a little bit more of a fatter, darker sound than traditional single coils that we often associate with a Strat or a Telecaster. And the use of flat wounds darkens this sound a little bit further. Let's check out another flat wounds patch. Some quick notes about the composition. I wrote a short cinematic cue with Softstruck by layering 2 different patches of the library. I went with a flat wounds patch purely because as a working guitarist, I have some nice Telecasters and Les Pauls here in my studio, but not a single guitar that I do have here is strung with flat wounds, so it was a nice place to start somewhere different for my ears. I do love using amp modelers with guitar libraries, not necessarily because I think they ever need them, but more so because it lets me channel my inner guitar nerd and really play with the sound from the vantage point of a guitar player, and that always helps me connect a little bit more personally with the music that I'm making. I saw this cue as a chance to embrace that aspect of my background, so I just used some stock DAW plugins to pull up a modeled Tweed amp with some light tremolo, and I added some tape delay slap on the main track of Softstruck that's also got the double track feature engaged. Then I layered a secondary part over with a more granular affected preset, also from the flat wound section. Then there are a few tracks supporting these that are also from the Sonora Cinematic catalog, some hums from Emilegato, along with a drone from their free download Aria Vocalscapes, and some string and brass patches from their recent Transfigured Orchestra. But no other developers present on this cue, so my hope is that it's a nice representation of the Softstruck library, but it should also be a good picture of the hard work and effort that Sonora Cinematic puts into their products as a best practice. I call this one a star anthem, and I hope you like it. I loved working with Softstruck both as a composer and as a guitarist / lover of all things guitar. I am certain that composers and producers from all different walks will love what Softstruck has to offer. With 3 guitars and 4 individual signal paths, there's a wealth of tonal possibilities offered, but the overall sonority of this guitar library is also exceptionally unique. The felt pick softens the library to a well-tempered version of the guitar that won't come across as overly bright or unattractively brittle, but avoids an overly muted sound like a guitar sample with a felted or rubber bridge might have offered. This character leaves a good amount of room for dialogue over your cues that will no doubt be an immediate asset to any composers working with underscore style production music. The plucked nature of the guitar makes Softstruck an equally great library for indie singer-songwriters that are looking to add more texture to a new single, or for composers with any dramedy cues looking for something unique in the shorts department for a new template staple. Or maybe this library will sound like the missing link on the intro to your next big trailer smash. I've definitely already used it in a trailer track. You don't need to go busting out your amp modelers to get this to sound right, but if working with them excites you creatively, then you'll find this library does play really nice with them. but it's also an instrument that's playable enough to let you be guided and inspired by the library itself. I'd really encourage you to investigate this one for yourself. Once more, I want to thank Sonora Cinematic for sending us a copy of Softstruck so we could make this video and tell you all about it. If you have any lingering questions about Softstruck, please feel free to check out Sonora Cinematic's walkthrough of the library. If you're enjoying our videos, please be sure to like them and subscribe to our channel. Make sure to hit the little bell too so you can keep on learning about more awesome sample instruments and plugins from other hardworking developers just like Sonora Cinematic. I'm Kevin with the Sampleist, and I'll see you again soon.